it requires the consent of the states and locality. From the Executive Order Section 2, it says that the consent must be in writing. The written consent must be released publicly. Further, the same section, the consent must be given or the refugees cannot be placed at a location. So the executive order creates an opt-in situation instead of an opt-out, which means unless there is written consent from a location where the refugees could be resettled, they cannot locate there. So President Trump didn't just give his decision to the governor, he gave his decisions to the local governments as well, per that kind of conservative principle of the best kind of government is local government. We're seeing this in other states. In North Carolina, some cities and counties have accepted refugees. In Tennessee, roughly 1/3 of the 95 counties decided against accepting refugees, going so far as to pass a resolution where they said they would not accept refugees. I think that last part is important for people listening here and people who may be listening at home. You still have a decision to be made in this process. I know you said that the Washington County judge gave you a letter of consent. I have not seen that letter of consent. I don't know if anybody else has. Per the State Department website, it's required that consent be listed there. They have Arkansas consent letters. They have other consent letters from cities and counties that do not have any from Washington County, Springdale, or Fayetteville. But besides that, if you look at what the law actually says, the refugees can settle not just in Springdale and Fayetteville. Per the law, they can be within 100 miles of Fayetteville. I did an informal map, and just looking at it, that looks like that's a dozen or more different counties. It goes all the way to Bull Shoals, Flippin, Mountain View, or Mountain Home, excuse me, Fort Smith, Clarksville, Russellville. If you look at it, it seems that we have to get acceptance from each one of these different county and locations. So here's my question. First, what is the letter of consent that we got from Washington County, Springdale, and Fayetteville? Secondly, what is your administration going to do to ensure that no refugees are placed in the counties that not either actively accept them or decide not to accept them? Because the people here still can call their local county officials and decide whether they want to make this decision or not. So what are the steps we are taking?
The letters from the Washington County Judge, Joseph Woods, and the letters from the Mayor of Springdale and the Mayor of Fayetteville is a matter of record. It was sent to Secretary Pompeo. I'll be happy to furnish those to you. And so that means that they have communicated pursuant to the executive order that they're willing to accept the relocation of refugees. The canopy, Northwest Arkansas, that's why they're there. They're working with those communities to relocate the refugees that are assigned by the Department of State. Now, that goes to those cities. That's as simple as it can get. Now, there is a freedom of movement in the United States of America. That's one of the great freedoms that we have. And so a refugee is here legally, and a refugee can decide that it's working for Walmart. Walmart wants to transfer them to Michigan. They have the freedom to go to Michigan to work. And so there is freedom of movement. So the initial requirement is that the city that they're going to be initially relocated to has approved. And so Senator Garner, in your area, there's not going to be initial relocation of refugees to your area or Senator Subtlefield's area. Now, they might go down there to Mount Magazine sometime because we have the freedom of movement in the United States of America. And but they're going to be relocated to the cities that have signed off on their approval.
Well, I think that's the question, Governor. So it appears to me that unless a county government, and this is what it says on the Department of State's website, actively writes the consent, that they cannot be relocated there. So while you might have consent in Washington County, what everybody here needs to know is if you have an issue or you support it or don't support it, call your local county government, because unless they give that letter and it's posted on the Secretary of Department's website, I believe does not have the legal authority to resettle people there. You still have a decision in this process. Thank God President Trump gives another checks and balance in order to make sure we do this properly. Thank you, Governor.
Yeah, and thank you, Senator. And please be assured that let's educate our communities. Yes, they have the right, if they want to pass a resolution, we don't want to accept refugees, they can do that. but it's a little bit irrelevant because the relocation intent is for Springdale, Washington County area. There's no intent to relocate any refugees in other parts of the state.
To have a marathon blown up either.
Senator Rice, you recognize.